Hey everyone, this is Phil from Northern Wild Harvest. I'm out in the bush with Randy.
Hey, hey.
And today we're high up on the mountain. This is some old growth right here. And behind me used to be the best pine mushroom patch we ever picked. So we're not picking here because it doesn't have any old trees left. But there is a section right there that does have some old trees. So today we are looking for Western Matsutake, also known as pine mushrooms. And there's a little piece of an old patch here that we want to look at. If we find mushrooms here, then it'll give us a reason to look in other places. It's a very wet day. It's been raining for like 3 days straight, and it's currently raining. So we're gonna get wet today, and we're gonna see what we can find. So there's the old growth. The pines would grow in the old growth. There used to be a wolf that would hang out in this area, and here's some wolf scat. Probably a different wolf, but possibly the same family of wolves. Okay. Just through the trees over there's a beautiful waterfall. So we've always called this patch the Falls Patch because of this waterfall. Okay, well, we aren't seeing any pine mushrooms, but here's a nice cauliflower. Oh, that's too old. So unfortunately, can't keep any of that. It's just melting apart from worms. There's that piece of cauliflower that I left last time. And as you can see, it did not continue growing. But I had left this and some other spots here, and it did not grow anymore from a month ago. Not seeing any pines. There's other mushrooms, and there was a bit of a summer flush here. Oh, yeah, that's just remnants of pines from that summer flush. And the deer do eat matsutake, but the majority that you don't pick end up like that. Either this has been picked really thoroughly, which is a possibility, or it just never had a really good fall flush. It just had that summer flush. The best spot in this area used to be at the very top of this hill. It was logged 12 years ago, I believe, 12 to 14 years ago. We know that the mycelium has survived in this block of trees, and you shouldn't underestimate this. This is old growth Douglas fir producing with mountain hemlock and the odd pine tree. And there was times where we'd pull out over 100 pounds on just this hill in the past. In our experience, the pine mushrooms are mainly stimulated from periodic summer rains. Like if you get a really good downpour in August, what we're hoping is that over the next number of years, the clear cut at the top, those trees that have been planted there, get tall enough that they provide a little bit of shade coverage for this, so that it's not just exposed to the sun at the top, drying out the forest floor. And then if that happens, you know, in 10 years from now, hopefully the moss won't dry out as much, and then the summer rain will have more of an effect, because that moisture won't be lost within a day or two. Hopefully some shade will keep the understory here nice and humid for longer. All right, we've come to another spot here. I harvested here with Alex a few weeks ago or so, and we got maybe like 50 pounds in chanterelles or something, but we also did find some summer pines, and we're really just trying to find pines in this region. Hopefully a fall flush has kicked in here. The sun is trying to come out, which is a bonus. Oh yeah, there's been a new flush of chanterelles, so that's good. These look pretty nice. That's actually really promising for the chanterelles. You can see it has a little bit of rain damage on the cap, but still pretty nice. Yeah, there's definitely some new buttons coming in right in the same spots that I picked with Alex. So that bodes well for our other patch. Nice. So I'll show you again here. Beautiful mushroom. Great maturity stage. but you can see on the cap there's a little bit of erosion from the rain. Yeah, those beauties. Nice. Number 3?
Yep.
There's some pines. That's a beauty right there. There's 2 here at least, maybe more. Number 3. Nice. A whole bunch of flags. Not seeing very many buttons, but there's one here. Nice. Wormy. There's a button. Even this little guy, totally wormed out. Okay, we're back at our main area. Let's see if we get lucky today. And if it did flush again, we cleaned out the first and second flush out of here. So it should be mostly newer mushrooms. But even these have suffered from the rain a little too much. And I don't want to take them. There's an okay one. Needs some cleaning work, but there we go. Look at that beauty. Earlier in the season we were avoiding these ferns because the vanilla leaf was where it was producing, not as much in the ferns, but at this point in the season, if there are mushrooms in the ferns, sometimes they'll protect them from that heavy rain. And we're still getting nice, beautiful golden chanterelles. Couple of beauties here. Okay, here's some larger ones. This one, definitely B grade. Yeah, it's not even worth taking that one, but some of these are okay. That's fine. There's a beauty. Big guy. It looks pretty good. Let's just see. It'll definitely be a dryer, but I'll get some mushroom out of that. But very nice to see another flush in here. We had an atmospheric river a week and a half ago, and it seems to have had an effect. These have grown really fast. Ooh, there's a beauty. There's a game trail here and one of our picnic trails. I'm gonna leave my second bucket right there. Pick this little hillside. Look at that beauty. Very nice. Under the log. These are perfect. Okay, I just got like another half bucket in a spot there. Getting soaked, but we're getting mushrooms.
Wait till I turn this over. Look at this business.
Wow. Cool. Nice.
That was about 3/4 of a bucket there.
Damn. Okay, so I transferred a bunch of mushrooms into this bucket with the extender on there. And Randy's extender's mostly full. We've got a few more in there. We're gonna leave these 2 buckets and go a little further this way. So this is right where our pack board was the first day we loaded in here. And we picked all around, right? Right here, there are new mushrooms that have come up. Oh, some nice little buttons. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's what I was hoping we'd see. Look at the size of that one. They're in good shape considering the time of year. Let's see if these are still firm enough. Yeah, that's fine. It's got that water damage on the top, so it will be turned into powder. But basically these ones texturally wouldn't be as good, but flavor-wise they'll be just the same. And they just don't look as nice. These ones are too old. Nice little bed here. Nice too. We are getting some nice ones. Here's a nice one. Here's an example of this sort of fern density is actually really good. So don't avoid these areas. It's just when it's like 99% fern cover, ground cover. Those are the areas I tend to avoid. Did get a few mushrooms, but now we're gonna head back and we've got to clean these and then basically just wait out the rain till we can go picking again. All right, it's the next day. We are just grading through our mushrooms. We put all the mushrooms into quarter baskets overnight and put the fan on them for a bit just so that that surface moisture would dry out. And after grading them, we actually got a lot of fresh market A grade, more than 50%, which was very surprising considering how wet it was. But that's how it goes. When you get them back, you get some air on them and they look a lot better the next day. So these ones we're going to hold on to. We need to get a few more to fulfill a fresh shipment, and then we got to go through all of these today and clean them thoroughly and start drying them, including this little basket of pines. Okay, we have finished cleaning and shredding these ones. These will be turned into powder, but first we have to dry them. We're going to go into this dryer.
All of it, or?
We can go a little bit more in the next drawer if you want.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours just stopped by, very experienced picker, and we got some beautiful pine mushrooms from him. And he was kind enough to check all the stems for us and make sure that they're not wormy. So we got these 3 baskets, plus the few that we picked. And now we're going to clean all of these and slice all of these and get them drying as well. It's a mix of 3s, 4s, and 5s.
It's just,
They're
if you
all-
could smell,
Yeah.
if you could smell this mushroom, it doesn't have a mushroomy smell. It's got this sweet, spicy, it's quite something.
There's a number 1. Smells like mushrooms. So here's our process for the pine mushrooms. They do take quite a bit of work. So all of these have to be cleaned by hand. We are using a basin of water with a wet microfiber cloth that we're constantly cleaning and wringing out. All right. Use your microfiber cloth to wipe off the mushroom, and then your knife to take off anything else. And they'll look like that before we start drying them. So, how long do you think this will take?
Hours.
Yep, hours of time to get them cleaned. So we got all the pine mushrooms sliced and cleaned and laid out in the dryer. Can't go nearly as thick with these mushrooms compared to like yellowfoot or morels or even chanterelles to some extent. And we're using these inserts to divide up the drawers into 2 racks. And these will run overnight, and we'll continue drying them throughout tomorrow. Got our wood stove going nice and hot in here. We'll keep this going most of the night, and then when this goes out in the early hours of the morning, this will probably be dying down around 3:30 or 4 a.m. and we won't be up at that time. So until we're up, this diesel heater here will pump more dry air into the room and carry us through the rest of the night. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. In the next episode, we'll be out picking winter chanterelles, also known as yellowfoot chanterelles. We scouted a patch and picked quite a few in the last episode, and we're going to go back now and see how they've grown, see if we can load up tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to see more content. You can also find our previous mushroom seasons in the playlist tab on the homepage here. If you want to support us further, you can find our online shop linked in the description below. And with all that, hope you have yourself a great day, and we'll see you next time.